Hey YouTube, how you all going? Just thought I'd do a video on an energy gel that I've been trying out for the last couple of weeks. It's called Science in Sport. Now, for those of you who've watched my previous videos, you'll know I'm pretty big into obstacle racing, and in particular I like the endurance events. I've just got back from competing in an event called Mud, Sweat and Beers down in Wagga Wagga in regional New South Wales. But previously, I've also done World's Toughest Mudder, and I'm training also to do an ultra marathon at some point in the next couple of months. Now, I came across Science in Sport energy gels accidentally, and I'm not being paid to say this, so take it as I guess a legitimate person's opinion on the energy gels and how you could maybe use them for obstacle racing or even other events, ultra marathons, bike rides, that kind of thing. I had some stomach issues a couple of weeks back where when I was out running, I just felt so sick, and I thought maybe, because it first flared on one of my long runs, I thought maybe it could be due to the previous energy gel I was using, and did some research on the internet and was looking for a bit of an alternative. As it turned out, the stomach thing was just a stomach virus in general, because I was sick even after I wasn't running for a couple of days there. Anyway, that kind of led me to find these Science in Sport energy gels, and I guess their big claim to fame is that they're the first company to make an isotonic energy gel, which means that you don't actually have to have the gel with water. For those of you familiar with most other gels, they're very thick, they're very gooey, and you literally have to drink water, otherwise, you just got this gluggy mess in your mouth. With Science in Sport, you don't have to do that. It's more like a thick drink, like a Powerade type drink, really, like in terms of taste, because they have some similar flavours like orange and that kind of thing. So that's the best way of describing it, like a thick drink. Now, I'm going to put a video up on my race at Mud, Sweat and Beers, but I found these very beneficial during the race for one reason in particular. I had decided to try and use a race belt to see how it would work, and that race belt had a bottle holder on it. I wouldn't do that again in an obstacle race. The race belt was horrible. Maybe it was just the brand I had, but it was bouncing around all over the place. It didn't matter if I tightened the straps, loosened the straps, shifted it onto my hips, put it higher on my waist. It was, even in the running section, it was crap. And I was a bit disappointed, really, because it's designed for running, and even just during the normal running bit, it was completely rubbish. I don't know how you could, they're designed obviously for ultra marathons and that kind of thing. I don't know how you could run 100 kilometers wearing that belt. It'd just do your head in, like it was doing mine in. So that left me with a little problem, because I was like, well, if they don't have many water stations, it's going to be hard to have my energy gels when I want to have them. And that's why I was carrying the water, because I was testing things out for not only this race, but a couple other races that I have in the future. I wanted to get to know how often I have to have these gels, how they affect my stomach over time, and I just wanted the water there as a backup. It still is nice to have a little bit of water after a gel or before a gel, even with these ones. But anyway, the bottle was hopeless, the bottle holder was hopeless, so I ditched the bottle after lap 1, which was 10 kilometers into the race, and I continued without the bottle of water. Now, sure, they had drink stations along the way, but on a number of occasions, I did just have the gel, without any water. And to be honest, I actually, it was very pleasant to have. It was easy to get down. There was no problems at all. So if you are in an event where you don't know if there's going to be water stations, or you are looking for an energy gel that isn't thick and gluggy, I would definitely recommend Science in Sport. They're very easy, as I said, to get down. You simply rip the top off. You still do have to squeeze it, but once it's in your mouth, it is like a liquid. You just kind of drink it, it just goes down your throat. So there's no problem there. As I said, if I was near a water station, I still would kind of have the gel and then just have a glass, or half a glass, whatever you want, half a cup of water. But that was more for my hydration needs rather than to get the energy gel down itself. If you were just stuck in the middle of nowhere on the course, it was fine. No problems whatsoever. just to give you a bit of a breakdown, they're 60 ml servings. You got 22 grams of carbohydrates in there, which isn't as high as some other energy gels. So that may be a slight disadvantage in some people's eyes. The other thing as well, because it obviously needs more water in there so you can drink it, it is slightly heavier, and the packaging is slightly longer. Now, that can be a little bit of a problem. What I did, I kind of folded the corner down so it fitted in my belt a little bit better, and that helped. But, you know, I think that's a small downside for the fact that you can have it without water. It sits very well in your stomach, and I like it. That all said, people have asked me in the past about other energy gels, and I do say it's a very individual thing, because some people like some, other people hate them, you know, and it just depends how it really sits with you. So I would, if I was going to try this, obviously try it on a training run, see how it goes for you, but it's definitely one of the gels that I would recommend having a look at. Anyway, guys, that's my feedback. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks very much.